Hello guys, welcome to filingdoc. By the way, if it is the first time that you are with us, I will advise you to subscribe because we always have a bunch of video that give you help how to file different type of form. So today we're going to talk about the I-130 once the I-130 is approved. What that mean? Okay, first of all, like we can see here, it depends of, let's say, if it's about spouse of US citizen, unmarried child, I say unmarried child under 21 of US citizen. So even though you are US citizen, if your child is married or if your child a is married, we can get it, put it here. Okay, if your child is over 21 also. So and then parent of US citizen. Those three category, they say uh, the visa normally is immediately available, so you don't need to wait. Once your case is approved, generally you should hear from the National Visa Center after 30 days. So what they do, they forward your case to the National Visa Center. I'm talking specifically for US citizen, spouse, unmarried child under 21, parent of US citizen. So once your case is approved, uh, you can go to the next step, which is contacting the National Visa Center. But generally, you need to wait for 30 days before contacting. Generally, they should contact you after 30 days. If not, you need to contact them because, especially for those three categories, the visa is immediately available. You don't need to wait. By the way, I'm talking about specifically if the relative is overseas. If your relative is really in USA, that's another case, because when your spouse, example, is already in USA, your I-130 is approved. By the way, you should submit at the same time the adjustment of status. You don't really need to wait. I'm talking about if your spouse is already in USA, okay, or if your parent or if your unmarried child is, you should normally file I-130 adjustment of status affidavit support. It means you file a bunch of paper together. If the relative is in USA. By the way, let me make it clear. If your relative is in USA, this is not I'm talking about if your relative is in USA but don't have any legal status. You should be careful to think about it. There's different kind of illegal status. So if only overstay for a visa, that's not a big deal. Okay, if it's only overstay on a visa. But let's say if it's cross the border, no inspections, you really need to find a lawyer to file a waiver first. Because even though if you're a US citizen, you got your spouse after 10 or 20 years, you didn't file any waiver, you file and you go to the interview, you just can't get your spouse and put it in jail and on deportation. Okay, so be careful about that. Okay, now let's go back. we I'm talking about US citizen when the family is within USA. So generally you should submit I-130, I-485 at the same time. You don't really need to wait for I-130 approved. File all of them together. Okay, let's go back now. Now, I-130 approved, most of the time, the family is in another country, obviously. Okay, so once it's approved, if it's spouse of US citizen, unmarried child under 21 of US citizen, parent of US citizen, after 30 days, if you don't hear anything from the national visitor, call them, because they are the one that should contact you, telling you your case is here. The first thing they will send you a notice to pay You got your case, you got the receipt. They will send you a notice with the case number and the invoice to pay the affidavit of support fee. That's a fee. That's the first fee. And then after that, you will need to pay the visa processing fee. It's two invoices. You cannot pay them by yourself. By the way, those fees you pay them online. To pay them, you will need to enter the case and the invoice. So if you never receive anything from NVC, you cannot pay the affidavit of support fee as well the visa fee. So you need to wait. You need to call them, and then they will send you a notice with the case number and the invoice ID. First thing, you pay the affidavit of support fee. After that, a couple of weeks, or it depends, they will send you another invoice to pay the visa fee. Once you pay the visa fee, once you pay the visa fee, those, by the way, online you pay all the stuff. You file your the visa. That's mean the DES 260. This is an immigrant visa where you put all the information of your family, which is overseas. You put all the information, passport number, stuff like that, everything. Okay, I got a video on my website that show you how to file the DS 260, which is the visa, the immigrant visa. Okay, once you pay the affidavit of support fee, you pay the visa. By the way, if you don't pay and then once you need to pay, it's really important to pay the stuff, and then you file a visa. Okay, and then you're not done yet. You're not done yet. You need to send the civil document. What are they? Civil document, I'm talking about passport of the family that you've got overseas, spouse or whatever it is, passport, birth certificate, okay, and then anything that proves your relationship. If your spouse, generally you need to submit once again the marriage certificate, picture you together, whatever it is, whatever proof that show that was a real marriage. Okay, and then you will need to submit an affidavit of support, the I-864 affidavit of support. Again, I got a video on this channel that show you how to file the affidavit of support. What it is, it's a document that shows that you have enough income to support this person that's gonna come in your say they want to see if you have enough income to support them. Okay, so that's the process to contact the NVC. But what about if you're a lawful permanent resident and then your I-130 is approved? Or let's say, example, adult son or daughter of your citizen. We're talking about son or daughter of your citizen over 21 years old, brother or sister of your citizen, spouse, spouse and children of lawful permanent resident. What about them? Once the I-130 is approved, what you should do? Okay, well, here's what it is. I say, generally, let's say a spouse of lawful permanent resident, most of the time, when the I-130 is approved, it's because the visa is available. But that doesn't mean it is the case. Your I-130 may be approved. They send it to NVC. NVC gonna hold it until your priority date. Understand what I mean by that? For a lawful permanent, even though your case is approved, maybe you need to check what I mean by priority date, which means is the way it work. For the other category, talking about adult son or daughter of your citizen, brother or sister of your citizen, spouse, children of lawful permanent resident. For those categories, the visa is not immediately available. You need to wait. There is a line. You need to check your priority date. Generally, for lawful permanent resident, I say generally, it depends really of the date of the year. No one know for sure, but by experience, I know, especially from my country, some lawful permanent resident after 2 years, the NVC tell them, okay, you can move forward after 2 years or after 1 year, but it can take up to 5 years too. You see the point? Okay, but anyway, once you receive the approval after 30 days, you need to contact the NVC. They will tell you, okay, we got your case, but your case is not in the line right now, which means you need to wait for your priority date. Okay, that means you need to wait for that. Means your case, because here's the way it works, is there is a limited visa each year. Okay, limited visa each year for those categories. Okay, so there is what we call a visa bulletin. Check the visa bulletin to make sure that it's your time. Once it's your time, you need to contact the NVC. Hey, tell them, hey, I got my priority date. Now they're gonna send you the first invoice to pay the affidavit of support fee. It's up to you. Once you got this stuff, you just pay everything the same thing. You pay the first thing, the affidavit of support fee. You pay the visa, the immigrant fee, and then you file the visa online. Okay, include that mean online. You're gonna enter all the information about your relative. Okay, and then you're gonna mail the civil document. I'm talking about passport, birth certificate, marriage certificate, picture, whatever that can prove that the relationship, whatever, or the document. Okay, so one thing that is important is the visa bulletin. The visa bulletin can tell you if your case is ready, and you can call them too as often as you can to tell them, hey, my priority date. If you don't know how to check, you can, but let me show you an example. The visa bulletin, what it is a visa that every month they give a date. Once it's reached the date that you file, that means you are okay. Let me show you an example. Let's check the visa bulletin. I'm gonna check. Give me a sec. I'm gonna check the visa bulletin so that you can have an idea. Let's go check the visa bulletin. As you can see, I am here on the US travelstate.gov, and the current visa bulletin for June 2018. Upcoming gonna be July. Every month there is a visa. June. Let's say. Okay, let's see. Okay. How to read that? You need to understand your category. What that means when they're talking about F1, F2A. Let's see. Example, let me show you what that means. Example, F2A, it's spouse, children of permanent residents. So let's see. Example, if you are a spouse, F2A, of a lawful permanent resident, and then your priority date was last year, September. That means September. Right now they are working on September 22nd, 2017. Okay, which means if you file it on November, December on 2017, you need to wait for. There is no visa for you. If you are a spouse of a lawful permanent resident, right now, by the way, right now it's a June 2018. Okay, so what they are saying here, spouse or children of lawful permanent resident, if you can check on the approval your priority date. That means if they file it for you, I want September 22nd. Okay, you can call the NVC because your case is ready. Okay, which means next month July that may move forward to after the same that may move forward to October, or November. It depends of, but you need to wait for. So if they file for you on December, it's not ready yet. Okay, this is for China, India, Mexico. Those are different. F2 is spouse of lawful. What about F1? F1 is, let me see. F1 is unmarried son, daughter of US citizens. Okay, unmarried son, which means if you are right now a 21 years old son or daughter of a US citizen, you're not married. So they are working right now on January 8, 2012, which means it's longer, which means if the file for you on 2017, not yet, 2016, not yet. See what I mean? 2015, not yet. So let's mean it took really longer. We are right now, but in 2018, like 6 years. That can give you an idea. For unmarried son, daughter of U.S. citizen over 21, it's 6 years. So 6 years, let's say January 2012. So if it's February 2012, you need to wait for. So that's the way it is. So the case is approved, you need to check your priority date. Now, once you check your priority date, it's current. You can call the NVC. Okay, begin with the NVC processing. Call them and tell them. Sometimes they are the one that will contact you, but that's your case. Okay, it's better to check every month to see if the case is current. That's mean which mean once you call them, they will ask you information about your birthday, the receipt number, birthday of the applicant, which is obviously stuff like that. And then if you call them, they will send you your case number and the invoice to pay. The first thing, the affidavit of support fee. Couple of months later, you will need to file the visa fee. It's 325, and then file the visa online. There's one more thing that's really important. The agent, you can be your home agent. It's really important to file, the form online agent. You can put your own what it is. The online agent is really important because it's a process that let NVC email you update of the case. That means they don't need to mail you. Sometimes when the mail thing, maybe for some reason you might miss a mail, but your email is very sure. So the online agent, once there is an update, they will send you an email telling you, okay, here's what I need, stuff like that. So it's really important to file the online agent. You don't. Some people use a third-party agent. It's up to you. If you think you cannot do the stuff by yourself, I understand. Okay, which means you can contact a preparer, or if you want, if you are not too far from filingdoc, you can contact us. That means if you go per se, we can try to help you. Also, with a small fee, it's really up to you. But we got a bunch of video here that can help you do it by yourself. Okay. So basically, they say begin the next step after checking your priority date. Okay, you see. But one more thing, sometimes also they send you the approval because they know your priority date, you reach it. That means you will reach your priority most of the time. But sometimes also they may send it and your priority, you don't have the priority date yet. You need to wait for. Okay, and then it's really one more thing also. Let's say you got your priority date and you never check, and then we never say anything. Sometimes the priority date can move backward. Not quite often, but I say sometimes. Let's say if the priority date move backward and then you didn't send anything, stuff like that, they ask you to pay the affidavit of support fee, the visa fee. For some reason you don't take care of the case, and they move. If the priority to move backward, they will tell you, hey, hold on, we can't process your case right now because the priority did move backward. Okay, that's why it's really important to check your priority date to make sure that your case is ready for processing. Okay, that's the way to deal. Once the I-130 is approved. Like I told you, we got a bunch of video that show you how to file. How to pay the affidavit of support fee, how to pay the visa, how to file the DS-260, stuff like that. We are here just try to help you. And then, by the way, if it's possible, we got the link up to our channel. If you can give us help to keep producing, this kind of tutorial that is really helpful, we will really appreciate it. But I will understand if you don't have, if you can, that's okay. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful. Then remember to stay connected, subscribe to my channel. See you next. Take care.